European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen will meet with President Trump in Scotland on Sunday to discuss a potential trade deal. Now, Trump has threatened to impose a 30% import tariff on the European Union if a deal isn't reached by August 1st. Now, the president has long accused the 27-nation bloc of being unfair to the U.S. when it comes to trade. After he landed in Scotland this afternoon, Trump told reporters that there's a 50-50 chance of reaching a deal with the EU. He says there are a number of sticking points. For more, let's bring in CBS News business contributor Javier David. He's the business editor at the Dallas Morning News. Javier, I'm so fascinated by everything that might happen this weekend. Of course, that big meeting that Wee Jiang told us about earlier. What might a good deal look like for both the EU and U.S. with 30% tariffs set to hit the bloc next Friday?
Yeah, look, there really isn't a good deal. There's just the best that can be expected under these particular circumstances. Again, you're not dealing with one country in Europe. You're dealing with dozens of them. It makes it really hard to forge a consensus. The American Chamber of Commerce in Brussels estimates this is like a relationship that's close to $10 trillion. So basically, a good or best deal you can help or expect for is something everyone can live with. And in this case, it's like 10 to 15%. That's less than the 25 to 30% or so that the U.S. has been threatening against Europe, but it's more or less the baseline for all of the other agreements that the presidents have been negotiating. So an ideal outcome would end this thorny question of the European value-added tax, which Trump has been very vocal. He has a lot of disdain for it, but he's not going to get that. You can't expect a foreign government to dictate the terms of a domestic tax regime. So regardless of how unfair you think it is, but the bottom line, I think, is the era of free trade is pretty much done. Tariffs are here to stay. Everyone's going to pay more for whatever they get shipped abroad. But at this stage, the market just wants all of this to be over.
Yeah, and I would imagine the European Union countries are also looking for that auto sector tariff to be lowered, similar to what Japan got out of that deal. A lot of European countries, of course, having major car companies. I also wanted to ask you about something that the president said earlier about the dollar. He was asked about how the value of the dollar falling and that he actually prefers a weaker dollar, saying it makes more money for the U.S. and American businesses. Break that down for us, because I think a lot of people heard that and they said, wait, what? That's kind of counterintuitive.
So this is my favorite topic of all the financial topics. Dollar's a curious thing. It's kind of the world's biggest reserve currency. It's our currency, but every country across the globe uses it. And whether it's too weak or too strong, it's sort of everyone's problem. So a weaker dollar makes U.S. exports much more competitive in foreign markets. But in this case, any export boost that's U.S. companies may get are likely to be offset, at least in part, by these higher tariffs. So while it's objectively true that American manufacturers and some companies will get a competitive lift from a weaker dollar to their goods and services, the higher tariffs are going to partly nullify it. So meanwhile, the dollar is having this identity crisis because of all of these policies, including the trade, not the trade deficit, but the fiscal deficit that we're struggling with, and all of these debates about where trade is going. It's not a good thing. It's all an overhang for the dollar.
Yeah, I heard that and I said, OK, that makes sense. It's cheaper then for foreign countries to invest in the U.S. because of that exchange rate. But a lot of people are watching what you just said. Well, what does that mean for me when I'm traveling abroad this summer if the dollar's weaker?
It's not a good time to travel abroad. It would be great. It's great for Europeans and everyone else to come here because our currency is weaker.
And I will be experiencing that, Javier, when I travel to Italy, and the exchange rate is not in my favor. All right. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time today.